Any company that feels it necessary to write their contracts in such a way that they're telling you that they have no commitment to make you profitable, and they want you to sign away your right to sue, so you're just at their mercy. That speaks volumes about that company. It speaks volumes about the character of those who own and operate that company. All right, so within the terms of your vehicle lease agreement, or the overall agreement with WEL Companies, you are going to be referred to as contractor, and they're going to be referred to as company or carrier. On the motor vehicle lease and agreement for purchase portion of this whole 50-page document, page 11, item 23, maintenance protection account option and application. At its option, carrier, WEL Companies, may require contractor to maintain a maintenance protection account with carrier not to exceed $2,500. Carrier, WEL Companies, at its sole discretion, is authorized to deduct from any amount due to contractor, any amount due to contractor to fund such account, provided that carrier shall provide contractor a written specification of the amount of the account and explanation for such deduction. Carrier, at its sole discretion, may apply all or part of the account fund to make or recover trip advances, to recoup any payments made by carrier that are the responsibility of contractor under this lease, or any appendix or addendum thereto, and to recover any amount due carrier as a result of any obligation by contractor to carrier under the terms of the lease. What this indicates is that there's a escrow for maintenance, and that they can use that money for anything they damn well please. That's at their discretion. And you have to understand that a lot of these carriers use these lease purchase agreements and use people like you as an additional source of revenue for them. It's an additional income stream. They don't just make money by hauling freight like you do. You have one revenue stream. They have multiple revenue streams. Because there are some carriers, and I'm not saying WEL Companies does this, but there are some carriers out there that they have company trucks, and you're competing against that company truck. That's a revenue stream for them, hauling freight in their own trucks. And they have lease purchase guys like you. That's another revenue stream for them. They broker freight to other companies, to other independent carriers. That's another revenue stream. So there's several revenue streams here. this is but one, but by signing this, you're giving them sole discretion and damn thing you can do about it, because you've already signed away your right to sue. So you're giving them sole and complete discretion over your money and what they choose to do with your money, and that's under the terms of their own agreement. Okay? Page 21, or excuse me, page 15. By signing below, contractor, you, acknowledges that, as reflected in this lease, the gross compensation carrier agrees to pay is not, let me read this again, the gross compensation carrier agrees to pay is not intended to ensure that contractor can pay for contractor's operating expenses. Instead, to provide the amount of revenue sufficient to convince in the market a contractor both to provide, maintain, fuel, legally, that don't make any sense, legally credential, and otherwise operate suitable, dependable equipment, and to provide and pay qualified professional driver to operate the equipment. So they're telling you right there, they have no commitment to make sure that you can even cover all of your operating expenses, let alone set aside for health insurance, set aside for vacation, set aside for retirement. They're telling you there that they have no obligation, none. And this is in their own agreement. This is page 15 of their contract. Whenever you go to sign this to lease the vehicle, it tells you, page 15, the gross compensation carrier, meaning WEL Companies, agrees to pay is not intended to ensure that contractor can pay for contractor's operating expenses. So keep that in mind. If they have to put that in their contract, that tells you right there in a nutshell, they have no desire to make you profitable. They have no desire to make sure that you can even earn a living. Okay? They have no desire to make sure that you have health insurance. So you need to read these contracts. You need to understand it. I'm going to go on to page 21, and then we'll stop this video. Final payments to the contractor will be made within 15 days, or receipt by carrier, because I think it's supposed to be of 15 days of receipt by carrier of signed acceptances by consignee covering each completed trip, logbooks required by the Department of Transportation, and any other documents necessary for carrier to secure payment from the shipper, and other documents necessary for law or regulation. As of date, we still have not been paid for. Oh, that's a different note. So let me read this again. Final payments to the contractor, you, will be made within 15 days of receipt by carrier, them, of signed acceptances by consignee covering each complete trip, logbooks required by the DOT, and any other documents necessary for carrier to secure payment from the shipper, or documents necessary for law or regulation. So they're telling you that once you have turned in everything related to each load, they have 15 days in which to pay you. All right. Now, going to previous video that I've done about Randy. I'm going to say 4 months, 5 months after I did those videos, the last 2 loads that he had run for them before he turned in his truck, 4 or 5 months later, he had still not been paid for those last 2 loads. And he turned his truck in December the 3rd of 2022. So, any company that feels it necessary to write their contracts in such a way that they're telling you that they have no commitment to make you profitable, and they want you to sign away your right to sue, so you're just at their mercy. That speaks volumes about that company. It speaks volumes about the character of those who own and operate that company. That tells you right there that you are of no importance to them whatsoever. Successful companies understand that they become successful due to the people who are doing the work, not in spite of those people. They have to understand that they're not going to go out and haul these damn loads themselves. They have to have drivers, whether they're company drivers or lease purchase guys or independent owner operators that own their truck and lease their truck onto them. You mean nothing to them, and they tell you that in black and white. So, to me, that it gives a good understanding, a great picture of the kind of company WEL Companies actually is, and their level of commitment to you and your success. They don't give a damn about you and your success, and they tell you that right there. So anyway, I've rambled enough for today. See you next time. Bye.